How do you build 3 easy streams of income? And if you're the average person and if you search for this stuff online, especially here on YouTube, you're gonna find videos with people telling you that you need to do a lot of social media stuff. So for example, people are gonna be telling you that you need to use like Instagram, or you need to use like Shopify and Facebook ads, or use YouTube. And usually, for the most part, people don't want to be using social media to make money. Now, I've told you guys before to use like Instagram and YouTube and all that stuff to make money, but most people don't really want to be on social media. And if you want to make money on social media, you're going to have to spend a lot of time there, and most people just don't want to do that. They just want a normal way where they can make some income. And so in this video, I'm not going to tell you guys to create a YouTube channel. I'm not going to tell you to create a Shopify store. I'm not going to tell you to do drop shipping and drop ship like t-shirts. I'm not going to tell you any of that stuff. Instead, I'm just going to give you the 3 simplest ways to have 3 streams of income. Now, if you're new here, my name is Eann, and on this channel, I talk about ways to make money, ways to save money, ways to invest your money. I talk about bank accounts, credit cards, just about everything to do with personal finance. So if you like these videos and you like these types of topics, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. I'll really appreciate it. It's 100% free, won't cost you anything. Also, be sure to subscribe with notifications on. That way, you never miss the updates of when I post new videos. And if you guys ever want to talk to me one-on-one, you can message me on Instagram. I'm leaving the link down below in the description. Well, that said, let's get into the 3 simplest and easiest ways that you can create some income streams right now. Now, the first income stream is going to be a job. And I know this may not be what you want to hear, but this is actually the easiest and simplest income stream that you could create right now. Now, usually when I talk to people and they're trying to make money, if they have absolutely no money or anything and also no ideas, I always tell them to go and to get a job, to save some money and think about what they want to do. And then usually it's like they don't want to hear that. But a job is a very good and a really good opportunity for you to, one, make some money and to save some money so that you can actually use that money to do what you want. And in fact, if you don't have a job right now and you're trying to make some money, instead of starting a business, a job could be a really good idea for you because you can easily detach from your job. If your job requires that you show up at 9 a.m. and leave at 5 p.m., then you can literally show up at 9 and leave at 5 and you get paid, and then you can go about your business. Now, if you start a business, you're not going to have that freedom and flexibility, especially in the initial stages. In fact, in the initial months or years, you're going to have to be doing overtime, and you have no other choice because you depend on this business that you're starting up to actually provide you with an income. Also, if you have a job, you can be sick for a day, you can be sick for 2 days, you could be sick for 3 days. You could even wake up one day and just not want to go to work, and then you could call out that day. But if you're starting a business, then it doesn't matter how you feel. If you don't perform, and if you don't find clients, and if you don't make any sales, then you won't make any money. So especially when starting out, a job is a really good opportunity and sometimes a better option than actually starting some business or some other income stream. Now, jobs also give you money for retirement income like a 401k. Your job also gives you time off, which is paid, meaning that you can go on vacation and still get paid while you're not actually working, which is something that you may not be able to do if you try to start up a business right now. And also, your job would likely help you to pay off some of your taxes. So point is that a job is not really that much of a bad idea. And now, if you don't really like the idea of the job and you want something else, I would suggest that you still go ahead and find yourself a job. Find like a really easy or simple job where you can simply just show up, do the job, get paid, and go. But also ensure that this job pays you at least the average of what everyone around you is making. And so, for instance, if you're in like Florida like me and you get a job that's really simple and it's paying you like 50K per year or more, then that's okay because you can actually take that income and do whatever you want with it. And again, you can go work the job, you can leave the job at 5 p.m. After work, you can actually go spend your time doing whatever you want, and also probably using that time to create some other stream of income. And so the easiest and simplest way, like the #1 method here, is going to be a job. Now, the second easy way or simple income stream that you can create is going to be your side hustle or your side gig, which you can get into after your job. And so you have this job and now you want to get a side hustle or a side gig, and this can be really simple. And this may not make you as much money as your job, but it's extra income that can go a far way. And so, for example, you can do a bunch of things, but I'm gonna give you guys one example. So about 2 weeks ago, I made a video explaining how you could take this concept, you could start your own web design agency. And so basically what you would do is you would go on somewhere like Fiverr and you would find people or professionals who can do like web designing and graphic designing, and they can create just about any type of website. And then you could find out how much they charge on average, how much revisions they give you on the work that they provide. And then, so for example, if you found out that on average it would cost you $100 to $250 to do or to create a certain type of website, then you could go on Craigslist and you could advertise a service locally, and you could run ads or you could do word of mouth marketing. But basically, you could create a web agency and basically you could charge like $1,000. You could offer this as a fixed service. And when you leave work at 5 p.m., you could go home, you could grab all the jobs that you got from Craigslist or Facebook or word of mouth marketing or ads, and then you pay the professionals on Fiverr to do the work for you. You send the work to the client. If the client doesn't like the work, then you can send it back to your professional who is on your team, and your team will revise it and they'll revise it to your client's liking. And then you pocket the difference, which is your profits, which could be like $750 in this example. Now, if you handle 10 of these websites per month, which are websites that you're not even going to be working on yourself, and you're just basically the middleman, you can make $7,500. And so this is just an example. I'm not telling you that you have to go and do this or you'll make that amount of money, but this is just an example of how you could create a side gig or a side hustle where it doesn't cost you a lot. So it will cost you just a couple hours of your free time after your job. You can actually make some decent money here. So this is a really simple and really easy income stream to create, and this would be the next thing that you could do. Now, the third simple thing that you could do is to get into real estate, and real estate is kind of expensive, so if you don't have a lot of money, that may not work, but you could get into real estate. And if you can't get into real estate where you're like renting out properties and making money that way, by simply buying your own house, it could benefit you a lot. Now, buying your house isn't directly an income stream, but indirectly it is kind of, because let's run through this example. Let's say you got the job and then you created the side gig, and you're making money at the job and you're making money from the side gig. And so now you bought a house and now you're able to pay down this house much faster. And let's say you could pay it off in 10 years. And let's say the mortgage was $2,000 per month. Whenever you pay this mortgage off, you're not going to earn any money from this property, which is your house, but you're going to be able to live there, and it's $2,000 worth of expenses that you no longer have to bear once you stay in that house. And so even though it's not making you money, or it's not like an income stream, it's actually saving you money, and it's saving you a lot of money because housing is the #1 biggest cost for people. Also, to add to this, over time, real estate generally always appreciates in value. So whatever your house was worth when you first bought it isn't what it's going to be worth when you finish paying for it. It's going to be worth a lot more. And so it would increase your net worth, but you wouldn't get any cash from it. But again, think about it. The only reason you're watching this video is because you wanted to start a business or you wanted to generate multiple streams of income. And the only reason you wanted to do this is because you want money, and the only reason you want money is because you want to be able to go out there, you want to be able to buy the things that you want to be able to travel to the places that you want to travel to, and have the life that you want, and also have the freedom that you want. But usually, when you start a business, you don't make a lot of money, you don't have a lot of freedom, you have to work all the extra hours, you have to work extra hard, sometimes you have to go into debt initially, you may be stressed out, and if you got a simple job, you created a simple side gig, and you also paid off your house a decade earlier, then you'd be in a really good position, and that would be a really sweet deal if you had this job, you had this side gig, and now you don't even have a mortgage payment. Also, if you're worried about losing a job, think about how long it would take you to actually get another job. I mean, let's say it takes you on average 30 days to find a new job if you lost your job because maybe you're thinking that a job isn't secure. So if it takes you 30 days, then that means that 30 days or in 30 days, you'll have an income stream. Now, most new businesses don't break even until after the second year, meaning that you won't actually be making that much money or maybe any money until after at least a couple of months. So this job could actually be a more secure or dependable and a safer way to secure an income for yourself. I mean, you could go on the most expensive vacations and not really care if you pull these 3 income streams off, and you could do just about anything you wanted. Now, the entire point of this video was to give you 3 simple income streams for beginners, and for me, it doesn't get much simpler than this. Like, this is the simplest way that you could go about it. You could get a job, get a side hustle, and you could pay your house off. It doesn't sound exciting, it may not get you excited, but it works, and it's the simplest way to going about doing it. Now, if if you don't believe me or you think that this information is kind of questionable, you can check out this book that I read. It's The Millionaire Next Door. And this book is basically a book done on millionaires to find out what they did, how they lived. And most of the millionaires surveyed in this book, turns out that they were not business owners. They were actually average, everyday people, or maybe not like average, but they were just the regular 9-to-5 people who found a good job that paid them a good income. Some of them had like side hustles or extra income on the side, but this is the strategy that most of them used to become millionaires. They had a job, they had additional income, they paid off the biggest expense they would have in their lives early, which was their house, and then they were able to achieve financial freedom and go do whatever it is that they wanted to do. So go ahead, get yourself a copy of this book. I'll leave the link down below in the description. You should read it. I think everyone should read this book. But with that said, I hope this video helps you if you're looking for simple ways or simple income streams that you can create as a beginner right now. And with that said, thanks for watching, all the best, and I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next one.